Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our 75th tarot play date. It's nice to see that we have some folks in the room already. I am suspecting we're going to have a little bit of a quieter day since it's a holiday here in the United States. Let me fix this a little bit. With it being the 4th of July, Independence Day, people probably, now that they can gather a bit more, having picnics and things, but I'm sticking home with Vaughn so that he doesn't get freaked out by the fireworks. But I figured, you know what, we're just going to keep rolling with Playdate. I've had to take some breaks lately, and I didn't want to lose the momentum that I feel like we're starting to regain again here. So let me say some hellos to folks that are in the room. We have Elizabeth, who's not participating, but swimming at the beach. So I don't know if that means Elizabeth is listening or just saying hi, but either way, hello. Hi, Scott, Scorpio Moon Tarot. Came in early to grab your seat. Are you right up at the front? See, can you know? Working is on other things. Let's see here. We have Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Nice to see you. And Lily Valley. Nice to see you. We had the Queen of Cups last week. So, Lily, I know you weren't able to come last week, but did anybody have any Queen of Cups stories to share while I say hellos? We have Shanti Diva here. Richie Longman Tarot, nice to see you. And let's see, Nancy, A Crone's Intuition is here. Patrice, hello, my friend. And also from Vernetta. Tell Vernetta owes me a Facebook message. And then we have Elle here. Hello, Elle. Thanks for coming in and giving me some. Oh, there's Chris. I was like, I have no blue mods today. Nice to see you, Chris. Elemental Cartomancy. Tyken Light Moon is here. Hello. Let's see. We have scrolling. Donna Riedler is here. Jackie Jacaranda. And then my chat jumped on me again. I saw Jackie come in. Okay, where's the Jackie spot? Because that's where I left off. I think. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's see. There's Jackie. We have Lori. I hope I didn't skip anyone. D Lady is here. Kay Thompson. Hi, Kay. And Shannon Cardinal. Happy July 4th, all you Americans. Shannon, are you new here in chat, or is this the first time you've spoken up and said hi? That feels like a new name to me. Kristen Louise, hello. And Ford popping in to say hi. T-Cat, hello. And Lady D, good morning. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. Robin Glans, I know you retracted your message, but I still see you. One of my, what do I want to say? The words jet, consistent, very consistent Instagram playdaters, which I very much appreciate. Jenna is here. Hello, Jennifer Ball. Michelle, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's way more people in here than I expected for today, actually. Oh, Ishi's here. Yes, long time no see. Nice to see you. And have I made it to the end? I think I made it to the end. New. Well, welcome, Shannon. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, Lady D, you are usually quiet, but I know I've seen you here before. All right, I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I did, completely accidental, as per usual. Anna Louise Herring, hello, nice to see you. Okay, deep breath. Gianna Gracia Tarot, the people just keep coming. How about that? I'm feeling pretty good for a 4th of July live stream today. All right, so folks, did we master our emotions last week? Are we ready to tackle our next Playdate card? One of these four cards left. All right, so for the new folks here, and I know we don't have as many people here, so I'm really counting on those of you that are. Let me switch over to my StreamYard chat now. I like to say hellos with YouTube chat. Which cards are left? Oh, do I tell Scott? Or do I just make him scroll back through the old Playdates? I don't know. I feel like I don't want to stack the deck because I want people to ask questions. But I will tell you that Neem Essence 818 or 818, however you like to say it, has shared with us a spreadsheet. It's very cool. Actually, it's multiple spreadsheet tabs where she's tracking all the cards in Playdate, and she's posted them in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. Lori's right. That's one of them. Oh, yeah, let's play a game. What are the other three, my friends, that are left? Let's see. Let it be a surprise, right, Patrice? Okay, so Playdaters, as you know, every week I like to select 5 decks randomly from my collection so that we can use those decks to see alternate versions of the card that we pull each week, and also to answer 5 questions that we like to answer for us as a collective as we move into the next week. We're starting a new month, right? So do any of you have questions that you would like to ask? As you know, I tend to be better at seeing them if they were in all caps. If I don't see questions can't come in, then I'll try to make one up on the fly, but I'm never good at that. And you guys always rescue me. So thanks for that. All right, let's see. We have a question from Lily here. What can be done this week? What can be done this week? Okay, Lily, I know I skipped you before, so I really want to get your question in here. So I'm going to type this, Lily Valley, like what can be done this week? What can we be working on this week? Is that kind of the idea of this particular card or question? What can be done this week? All right. We'll figure out a way to answer that, Lily, for you. And I know that English is not your first language, too, so I really want to be inclusive of that there. All right, so we have one question. Thanks for posting a link to the Playdate Facebook group, Elle. I appreciate it. Kristen says, I have 0 plans today. Same. It's going to be a very quiet day here. I have filming plans. I actually want to film a video today. Oh, this is a great one. Jennifer Ball asked, what energies will the new moon bring? I'm super excited because I fell for one of those Facebook ads, you know, that pop up and you're not supposed to click them or you'll get like a million more. But I did. I clicked it. And it was for a subscription box that's based around the new moon. And every month they send you either a plant. Okay, you guys know me and plants, right? So this is a very dangerous game for me to be playing. Or a candle. And then they send you like a little like spell ritual type thing. They give you a moon journal the first time you sign up. And it came with like a crystal. It's really fun. So I got my first plant and I'm going to try really hard not to kill it. But they send it every time, hopefully to get it in advance of the new moon, at least here in the US. I don't know if it's available worldwide. Anyway, I'm not trying to be like advertising. I'm just super excited about my new box. So let's see. Thank you, Jennifer, for bringing that to me. Let's see. Did I babble long enough? I did. Ishi, with it being Independence Day, how can the card help me grow in my Independence Day? I love how you framed that question because that can be for anyone, even not in the US. So that was awesome. Oh, I always try to add an extra C to your name. M. Comer Artist. Ishi. Thanks for bringing questions for me today, you guys. Stay. How can this card help us grow in our... I'm just changing it to the collective here. All right, and then we have from Kristen Louise, what should we do to make the most of our short time on Earth? You know, keeping it light, as you do, right? You know what, though? Making the most of life, is always a good idea. So I'm on board with this, Kristen. Let's see here. We have to say yes to more things. Do you think the card will tell us that? What should we do to make the most of our short time on Earth? Okay, I have 4 questions that I know of. Hopefully I didn't miss any. If I did, you guys usually you'll let me know. Oh, and we got one from Elle. How can we best utilize our skills resources to overcome obstacles this week? Okay, loving this. All right, thank you. You guys brought them fast for me tonight. Tonight? It's still morning. How can we best utilize our skills? I totally just typed it in the British way too, but that's okay because it's your question, so I will do that. Overcome obstacles this week. All right, I have 5 questions and a very tiny deck to shuffle. Oh, I missed. Sorry, Patrice. I have 5. I missed Vernetta's there. What do we need to free ourselves from or release? Maybe we can keep that in mind as we are answering these other questions. Came in just in number 6 position here. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these 4 cards the best that I can, and we are going to be looking to answer from Lily Valley, what can be done this week? So maybe I kind of interpret that too for me as like, you know, what can my focus be this week? What can I accomplish this week? That kind of thing. So we can play with that one a bit, I think. From Jennifer Ball, we have what energies will the new moon bring? Ooh, let's manifest some stuff. From Ishi, with it being Independence Day, how can this, this car, how can this card, there we go, fixed it, help us, oh my gosh, okay. I have my computer. I got a new stand, so it's lifted my laptop up so that I'm not looking quite so far down, but I have to get used to typing on it now. All right, so with it being Independence Day, how can this card help us grow in our independence? From Kristen Louise, what should we do to make the most of our short time on Earth? Again, keeping it light. And then from Elle, how can we best utilize our skills and resources to overcome obstacles this week? All right, folks, let's see what we got. That was the weirdest cut I've ever done. I pretty much just pulled the card from the bottom. And we have, we have the 10 of Cups. Now, I know I seem disappointed, but I was really secretly, not so secretly, hoping this would be our last card for Playdate because I had plans for the last Playdate. So now I'm gonna have to get creative with that. But what do you guys think? When you see this card, how do you feel? I'm going to scooch over so you can actually see it. Thoughts, instant impressions, good card, not a good card. Oh, my eyes just went blurry. Okay, we're good. It's all right. Hold on, let me do this. Okay, there we go. Oh, Patrice, you didn't mess up. I still almost would have seen it. Maze Cat, hello. Happy Sunday. Scott was hoping for the moon. Kind of was too. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping for that one. Let's see. Who else do we have in here? Wrong. Looks like they're waving goodbye. Oh, as we near the end of Playdate, right? Okay, Jenna says harmony. Let's see. Donna says it's a beautiful card. You know what's funny? Okay, so I do a 3-card draw every day, and I literally said, because I drew the 10 of Cups from the Slow Tarot, and I thought, I bet we get this card today in Playdate. Was not wrong. Let's see what you guys think here. Let's see. Holding on to the moment. Hi, Michelle, Lady Pentacles. And heteronormativity. I think I said that right. In this particular version, yeah, we see a bit of that, don't we? 10 of Cups, well, good presage. Good presage, like presage? Maybe I'm missing that. Let's see. Scott says celebration can relate to 4th of July here. Oh, yes. Good point. Patrice says, let's celebrate our beautiful TPD family. Our cups are full. Heck yeah, Patrice. I will celebrate you guys any old time. Gracia, or Jana says family, stability, and comfort. Kay says acceptance of life as it is for them. So we're bringing in, for anybody who might be new here, talking about kind of what initial meanings come to mind when we see this card. Anne says 10 of Cups, moving towards the future with optimism, the end of one cycle and moving on to the next. Yes. Family, fulfillment, fun. Ana Luisa, the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, before anybody yells at me, I'm going to get my 10 of Cups from the Melanated Tarot. I don't forget. I actually really, really love this one because it's so bright. Look how, oopsie. Oh, shoot. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Here's our 10 of Cups. And I will give you guys a nice close-up look of these cards here in a little bit as we dive into the details. So do not worry. Elle says, I blame the 4th of July for getting the 10 today. I know, throwing off the entire plan that I was trying to manifest here. Lady D says, I always love when this card comes up for me. Same. This card really, it's difficult to find sort of a negative connotation for me, but I'm sure as we dive into it, we'll explore a little the shadow. We'll get into some reversals, etc. Kristen says inner peace. Yes, love that. Let's see. Emotional fulfillment, says Gigi. Yes, like all of the cups being full. I always think about that. Right around the 9 and the 10 with both of those cards, I tend to think my cups are full. I'm emotionally fulfilled. The 10 obviously being more so than the 9, whereas there's still room for dreaming in the 9. So this really feels like the epitome of some kind of emotional fulfillment. T-Cat says, aw, the card is about happy endings. Yeah, seeing your dreams come true, seeing the things that you want. And it doesn't have to look like this, right? This is one version of happiness for some people. For other people, they look at that and go, no, thanks. Don't want that at all. But you can put your own vision on it, right? Donna says, security and happiness, home and hearth. Lily, joy, harmony, receptivity. Yes, yes, yes. Kristen says, via Norse mythology, don't jump on me there, Bifrost, the rainbow bridge between humanity and the divine. Now, and then also, now all I have, when you guys are saying rainbow bridge, for some reason, and you talk about humanity and the divine, it gets me thinking of the Disney movie Coco. Wasn't the bridge that they crossed when on All Hallows Eve or on Halloween or whatever, wasn't that rainbow? I don't know. Maybe I'm off on a tangent. Pull me back. Somebody pull me back. Richie says the kitties are dressed the same colors as the grown-ups. Are they the younger version of them? Happy ever afters. Oh, that's a really interesting way to look at that. Yeah, I guess that's true in both of these. Thoughts. Oh, and Chris was having the same thought. The kids look like mini-me's of the adults in this card, which brings to mind the link between the ace and the 10. So seeing the progression, right, from childhood to adulthood as a representation of the journey. Scott says, family, our tarot family here. Absolutely. Let's come back down here. She says, I see a celebration and end to emotional struggles supported by family. And that can be our chosen family too. Right. What is it they say? The blood of the covenant is thicker than the... I feel like Elle said this recently. I don't know the entire quote. I'm missing a piece of it. Robin Glans says, enjoyment of life. Lady D says, the shadow side for me is missing my life when my kids were small and parents were alive. So there's some nostalgia. Yeah, I can see that. Kay says, waving goodbye to the remaining family at the house, moving on and feeling good. See ya. We're out. We're out of here. I can see that. I've never thought about that with this card, but I actually can totally see that. Lily says, to have managed to overcome all the emotions of the Suit of Cups, right? That is a journey, the emotional roller coaster, so to speak, of getting from the ace to the 10. Kristen says, it makes me think of me as a kid. Whoopsie, come back. Playing the ring around the rosy with my friends. Oh, see, now I can't hear ring around the rosy and not think about what that actually means. Now that we know that nursery rhymes are really morbid. Shannon says, maybe a shadow side could miss what you once had, the old days before you lost people or animals you once loved. So bringing in that nostalgia as well. Yes, wasn't it good? Such a good film. Amazing ASMR. Nice to see you again. It being the 4th of July, these cups could be those fancy fireworks that draw things. Oh, yeah. They shot them in the air and then just formed all the shapes. I like what you're thinking. Water of the womb. That's right. Okay, so the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Interesting. Maybe not everybody thinks that, but I getcha. Oh, and Chris had it right there for me too. And so did Kristen. You guys know. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's see. Donna says the Darkness of Light version has a dog curled up in front of a fire. That is my version exactly. Same. I love the little dog in the picture, which is sometimes why I tend to like the 10 of Pentacles. You know, there's the dogs and the 10 of Pentacles. We just need a little fur baby running around here and it'll be perfect. Gigi says, although not everyone is thinking of a family situation in whatever shape or form as emotional fulfillment, when all the cups are filled, it's easy to share the happiness, which is also fulfilling. Yes. You're just in sync with everyone, Chris. Mary Beth, hi Mary Beth. Possible shadow, self-satisfaction. Their backs are to the viewer. I've got mine energy, oblivious to others, but it's a stretch to see shadow. Yeah, but every card has both sides. It's like in the sun card, right? Sometimes it means like truths are going to be revealed or things like this. Maybe sometimes too, and we're skipping way ahead because I love to talk about reverse and shadow at the end. But if we want to scatter it in, you know, there's no actual rules here at Playdate. But thinking about, are we striving for the dream and missing what we're really living or what we're really expecting? Are we not fulfilled until we get to the happy ending that we think we need or should have, and therefore maybe aren't finding enough gratitude in the moment? So that's another thing that I could think maybe being a shadowy element of this card. And oh, now that I brought up Coco, watch Coco the other day. Oh, I'm getting really behind. Okay, here we go. Also, my eyes are really blurry today, so you guys will have to forgive me if I'm struggling a little bit to read. Might be time to change the contacts. Anne says, always surprised the 10 of Cups is the last decan of Pisces and ruled by Mars. In fact, it's a double Mars, so very much an active card and not just all about endings and completion. So we have to think about where we go from here, right? Emotional security. Yes. Me too, Kay. This is a great card to talk about. Kristen says, difficult experiences have passed. The bridge was all leafy and cocoa. See, I'm just making stuff up. And I have a terrible memory for films. I'm not going to lie. Let's see here. Donna said, I was wrong. That's the 10 of Pence card. What were you wrong about? About the puppy? Were we talking about the dog? Oh, and Jenna says, I think it was a golden bridge. So we've all seen different bridges in that movie. That's hilarious. Butterfly magic with hot tea. It's nice to see you. Been a little bit. Emily, oh, hi, Emily, says, oh, this card is very pertinent for me this week. Kristen's craving Cocoa Puffs. Mary Beth loves the darkness of light. All right, so shall we take a close-up look at the symbols in the cards? And let me know if you see anything that you haven't noticed before. I think last week's big reveal for many of us were like the angels on the cup of the Queen of Cups, right? We're like, wait, we never noticed those before. At least that was me. All right, here we go. And I'll show you both the original and the melanated. So we have our rainbow with all the cups. I think we're all pretty familiar with that. We have the house, the river, the dancing children. Interesting, the landscape here. You know, a lot of times we talk about kind of the stages that people are in Pixie's cards or artwork, and they're not standing like on the grass. They're sort of on this platform or stage. I don't know. I don't know if that means anything or changes anything for anyone, but just something I've noticed that I haven't really before. All right, here we go. Oh, look at how crystal clear those cups are. Oh, I just love this deck. I love the dancing children. It looks like they're about to take a bow, doesn't it? Like, okay, we're done, except for they're not facing the audience. So, all right, what do you guys think? We don't have Simon here to read a lot of the symbol meanings from, I'm trying to get things organized here, from the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it looks like Elle found their book and is covering for Simon, so thank you for that, Elle. I very much appreciate it. And let's see what we got here. So Elle says the figures in the card are the figure's position with the partner, children, and own house in the country, masculine and feminine sides, you as a child and then an adult. So they're kind of bringing forth that meaning as well. I have never looked at that card this way. This card that way. Let me flip my, whatever those words are. Prospects which come true or to reach out for. Okay, love that. And okay, Donna, I was understanding what you're saying. That's good. Emily says, literally for me, those two kids would be fighting. Well, you know, siblings, right? Does that river go anywhere? Asks Shannon. You know, it's funny because there's a little bit of a different perspective with the river between these two cards. So here, this one kind of is where it's going or coming from is sort of obscured by the figures here. In this one, we can kind of see it heading off. Although, oh, that's interesting. Okay, come on, focus. Let's get the cups in focus, and then maybe, there we go. Yeah, it does just kind of disappear into the hillside there, doesn't it? I think I like this river better. But that's an interesting observation. Is that what you were kind of noticing as well, as sort of that disappearing into the hillside? Yeah. We remember Longman Tarot, Richie's Tarot-thon presentation, where he talked about all these characters potentially being on a stage, and does that change how we look at the cards? It was some definite food for thought. Okay, Elle says, so the back view, the fact that we're looking at their backs, ambivalent relationship with yourself. Ooh, here's some of the shadowy stuff. Possess huge spiritual powers, needs, and passions that you don't need to be ashamed of. Turn around, let us see you. Be you, it's cool. Patrice says, I see their gratitude and appreciation. Yeah, with their arms around each other and kind of putting their arms in the air like that, that feels very celebratory to me. Don't get Richie started on the stage floors. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Patrice. Kristen said, if it is a stage, it can be read pretending you have the perfect life when you don't, or hiding your family strife from others. I mean, in a world of social media where everybody presents the bright and shiny, it can be confusing to know what's real and what's not sometimes when we're looking at others. So we have to really evaluate our own situation and our own lives and our own happiness realistically and not in comparison to others. Let's see. Gigi says, oh yeah, they are not on the grass, green grass, or on the grass in the landscape. It could be a vision. Oh, I like that. I didn't think about it that way. Like, so they're standing on this platform, and then what they're seeing is a vision, or could be like a mural or a vision board. That's fun. That's a fun way to think about this. I think, in fact, the way that I read this card for myself today was that I'm really thinking about what it is that I want for my future, and focusing on what my dreams and goals are. So that totally applies to how I read this for myself today. All right, Elle says the colors, red, yellow, and blue, remaining true to original aims, origins, and motives. Okay, got that. Come back, chat. Here we go. Yeah, the river just seems to trail off. Okay, so Elle's going to talk to us about the river here from the book. The river, matter of cultivating passions and emotions. River is also in the 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Empress, and the Emperor. Okay, surely it's in more cards than just those, though. I feel like there's rivers everywhere. Like I'm picturing, I have to think about that. Surely there are more rivers. Now everybody's going to be like looking through their decks to see where all the rivers are. Let's see. Maybe the house is a watermill. Utilizing that energy, perhaps. Okay. All right. T-Cat says, I've never noted that the rainbow only has 4 colors in the RWS. Yeah, we don't have the full spectrum. We're missing the orange, the green, and the blue is out of place. Oh, no, wait, there's the green. So, and it's pink instead of red. Yeah, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. We have 4, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. 6 colors, so we're missing 2. So we're missing orange and purple. Okay, I got it. I got it sorted. All right, let me switch to this one since I dropped that anyway. She says, being able to provide for self, family, and community. And says, looks like they are celebrating just purchasing their dream home. Heck yeah. I mean, that is something we're celebrating. Oh, Lily was right there too. Purchase of a new place to live. So you guys were in sync there. It's so funny to me how you guys come up with the same things in like pairs oftentimes. All right, Elle bringing us some references to the countryside, outer and inner nature and culture, all spiritual needs and feelings. Cultivate needs and passions. Yes. D says that stream is springing from the hillside. All rivers start somewhere as a small trickle. And then they flow to the ocean eventually, or to a bigger body of water. Yeah. It's not very often that we see where the water source starts, is it? Let's see here. Kay says, celebrating what they have and appreciating it, ready to pass it on to their children. Emily says, we're just buying a new house and it feels like it's all working out. But honestly, it's so challenging with the kids. It feels like definitely this can look so idyllic, but really is more complex. Yeah, it's a lot of work, definitely. Speaking of the house, home and symbol of identity, fulfillment, half-hidden house, unclear identity, and lack of profile. So the fact that we can't fully see it, that's an interesting element to this card too. Let's see. Shannon says, I think there's more water, but probably just the 5 rivers. The 5 rivers. I feel like that means something. All right. I'll bring in the meaning of the rainbow, the beauty of creation, everyday miracles, and personal creativity. Allow heaven, earth, wishes, and reality to engage. I keep covering up the kids. I don't mean to. And engage in productive relationships. Susie. Hey, Susie. Nice to see you back in Playdate. I've not been in Playdate forever. I noticed when they call a vanilla sky, is this card just a dream, a person's dream? Yeah, we kind of talked a little bit about the fact that here they're kind of standing and there's a bit of separation between them and the landscape. They're not standing on the grass. So is this something that they're visualizing or maybe saying goodbye to even? They're like, okay, that was a great journey. Now we're off to a new adventure, or maybe it's just one vision that they could be considering. There's a lot of ways to look at that I think are really cool. So Elle says the 2 pairs of people, fruitful interaction, embracing the inner child, ageless. I love, again, this idea that the younger, the children are the same people as the adults rather than the children of the adults. That adds just like a whole new sort of mind-blowing meaning to this card for me. Kristen says, making children feel safe and secure through your willingness to express joy. Yes, let them see you be happy. Very important for the young ones. Dee says, do we look for the source or do we forget to be grateful for our beginnings? Ooh, here we are trying to chase down the beginning of the river. I like that. Kay says, this card makes me want to do some path work. Get in there and see their faces. Yes, what would they tell us? What would the kids tell us? And what would the adults tell us? Emily says, yes, it's a really interesting way to look at the card, especially for inner child work. Mary Beth says, adults not looking at each other, but both focused on vision. But kids looking at each other and not the vision. That's a very good observation. Like the fact that the kids are interacting with one another. Come on. Apparently I have to go to the cups first every time to get some focus. Let's go. Canberra. All right. Well, you can see enough. There it goes. That the kids are interacting with, facing each other, playing with each other, but the adults are looking in the same direction. Really interesting. Chris says, when we were young and went on holidays, at the end of the holiday, we would always shout bye to everything when leaving. Bye pool, bye hotel, etc. This card makes me think of that. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. All right, so shall we start looking at some alternate cards and seeing if we can answer some of our questions for this week? All right, so the first deck that I have this week, randomly selected, I will remind you, is the Super Lunaris Tarot. And I was kind of really excited to see this one come up. So yes, I feel like I haven't looked at this deck in a minute. Okay, I have a fan blowing on me. Okay, this one, okay, so this is going to bring a different element, but also very similar. Was that as non-committal as it gets just then? Different, but the same. Okay, here we go. This is the Super Lunaris here. I think they're doing a reprint of this, if I remember right, but I could be wrong about that. So here we have our 10 cups in a beautiful rainbow sky. Love the sky in this. Now this is a little different. They are in the landscape. We have what looks to be a family of 3 here. In the background, we see a hill. I don't necessarily see a house. I don't know what this little thing is. Wait, I'm always backwards on StreamYard. I think that's just a tree, but I'm not entirely sure. It looks like there's a bit of a path, but we don't see the literal water in this card. What do you guys think about this one? I'm going to see what else you guys were saying while I was showing that. Emily had said the kids are in the moment and feeling the joy and play, but the adults are almost still thinking of expectations and future. Yeah, and maybe missing a little bit of the moment potentially. Amazing ASMR. You were looking through your tarot deck. There's a river in the 8 of Wands. Is there? Huh. That wouldn't have been one that I would have thought of, actually. Donna had said kids representing living in the now. The adults are more envisioning their future. Yep. Let's see. Shannon says, this is a beautiful card. Donna says, ooh, the new printing is available. It looks beautiful, brighter colors. So they didn't change the cards. Did they just like saturate it a bit more? Amazing ASMR says, and the Knight of Cups has a river too. Oh yeah, because now that one I feel like I could see the horse stepping over the river. Yep, the second edition is available. Okay, you guys got me covered here to make sure I'm not telling falsehoods. Susie said, living in nature, no materialism. Ooh, I like that. Sort of really connecting with the land around them. Lily says, their clothes remind me if the man was a Page of Wands with the woman, the Page of Cups, a couple ready to embrace a new life together. Yes. Emily says, I like this one because they seem more like they are experiencing it together. Yeah, they don't feel as removed. They feel like they're in it and really may be able to truly appreciate the beauty of what's in front of them. Let's see here. Gigi says, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the face of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? What they're really saying is, I love you. Okay, so where's that from, Gigi? You put it in quotes, and it certainly sounded like a poem. That was pretty. Donna says, I love this deck. Oh, on the different version. The backs are variegated coloring, and the front's more saturated. No change to the artwork or cardstock. That's good. The cardstock on this is great, I think. Lily says, the landscape is our realm. Oh, I love that. Gigi, cups equal connection. Yes. There's definitely more connectedness. Oh, and I missed this from Kristen too. The future is open, as if they are saying to the child, you can do or be anything you want to. And I feel like they're really just appreciating and living in this moment. This, Mary Beth, is the Super Lunaris Tarot. This is the first edition. There is now a second edition available. I backed this one on Kickstarter, I'm pretty sure. It's gorgeous. All right, so shall we answer our first question, which was from Lily. What can be done this week? Lily, you might be answering your own question without even realizing it because I hadn't popped it up yet. But what can be done this? An invitation to seize the day. Let's seize the day this week. I love that. Let's see. Ella had said, connection that's based beyond external conditioned response binaries and surface level. The two adult figures, their preconditioned inner child, connecting them. Ooh. That's really cool. That is something to think about, Elle. Shannon, what a wonderful world is going to be stuck in my head. Earworms. Warning. Let's see. Susie said close Louis Armstrong. I might be missing that particular reference. Oh, Gigi had said wonderful world too. What a wonderful world. Nope, that's not in key. What a wonderful world. I can't do it. It needs to go down. What a wonderful world. Shoot. I should not be trying to sing. But it's still in my head. I just can't make it come out my mouth. All right. How else do we want to answer Lily's question? What can be done this week? I think we can be either, and this is going to be good when we get to Jenna's question, but it's having appreciation for what we've accomplished, what we have in our lives, recognizing where our cups are filled and where we are fulfilled. Being able to visualize our dreams and really see them potentially coming to fruition. Oh, so many things we can do this week, Lily. But what do you guys think? Chris says, this card makes me think of the scene from The Lion King when Mufasa shows, wait, there it goes. When Mufasa is showing Simba the kingdom, what about that shadowy place? That's gambling gay, Simba. You must never go there. He doesn't say that, Chris. That's hilarious. Donna had said, live in the moment, widen our horizons this week. Oh, I love that. Widen our horizons. Explore the landscape. Yes. Everybody was like, yep, Lily just answered her own question. Kristen said, work on the things that get you closer to your emotional or spiritual goals. Oh, that's what your quote was from. What a wonderful world. Okay, I put 2 + 2 together now. Thank you for taking me through that math. Let's see. Amazing ASMR. Sit or stand, LOL, in the bliss. Gratitude can be done this week. Heck yeah. Susie says, in nature, family, in quotes, so however you define that, is renewed. Oh, I love that. Scott says, living in joy. Donna, be open to new possibilities. Hey, Kim. Need more wonderfuls for the song. Yeah. I need a lot for the song, let me tell you. Lily, appreciate what we own yet. Gratitude for life in this world on the earth. Yes, count our blessings. All right, gratitude is definitely a theme for us, I think, this week. Thank you for that question. That was awesome, Lily. All right, my next deck is the Bright Future Tarot. So this is a more modern take. Let's see what we got here. These are the backs. I love these colors so much. Now that I look at them, they're very familiar to me in some kind of way. All right, let's get our, nope, we don't want wands. That 10 of wands was thrown off my groove for sure. Okay, I'm interested to see what you guys think about this because some of the things that we noted in the original card, or the original, are addressed in this particular deck. Let me get back to the chat here. Oh, Dee had said, live in the present, let go of old patterns, and be kind. Yes, just please be kind. There's no reason not to be. And then T-Cat said, I think I would ask what is important to you and makes you happy. Do that. Heck yeah. Do what makes us happy. Kim said, enjoy friends and family, gratefulness. Yes, I think we're all right on that page. All right, so here is from the Bright Future Tarot, the 10 of Cups. Look, we have all the colors in the rainbow. Now, I love this, but what's really interesting is we're looking out of the window with all those fun colored jars, but we're looking out at these people that are together. Is that a balloon, perhaps? What do you guys think about this one? Does it make you think different things? It's certainly a different perspective. We're not looking at their backs. We're looking at the front of them, but they're still not actually facing us. They're kind of looking down. It looks like she's, wait, this side. She's looking down at this child. He's looking down. I mean, I love this. I think this is such a fun image. Shannon says, whoops, that is really cool. Yep, looks like a Mylar heart balloon. I cannot seem, oh, there, I got it. That is really cool. I'm having aiming problems with my StreamYard chat. Does this make you think anything different? What do we think about, like, are we just looking outside of their own home and we kind of have this perspective of them being outside and just enjoying each other? I like the fact that they're not in the house. If anybody's going to be in the house, I want to be in the house looking out at them, I suppose. The bottles reflect the rainbow colors. Yes, we get all of the different colors here, which I feel like then just adds to the joy in this. So rather than having the 10 cups in the rainbow, we have the 10 jars kind of making their own rainbow. Emily asked, are we inside the house? Looks like it's almost like a reverse of the 5 of Cups. Yeah. Or the 5 of Pentacles. Yes. That's funny. You said it too. Yeah. Gigi said they are engaged with each other, enjoying the connection. Lily says, all the bottles remind me of the variety of options for the future. Ooh, yes. Chakra colors. Yes, the rainbow. Chakra colors. It's summertime. Time to go out. Yeah, get out of the house. Totally. Donna says, beautiful card. The shadow aspect could be someone inside looking out at the family with envy, not a part of the joy. Right. And there's a little bit of a separation between us and that family, which is interesting if you think about it like that. So here we kind of have this stage where potentially there's some separation between this vision that has all the rainbow and the cups, and there's a separation here. So again, is this a way to express visualizing this future? Chris says, this card makes me think of diversity, why it's important and should be embraced. Obviously with the human figures, but look at all of the different cups and bottles too. Amazing. Yes, different shapes, different sizes, different colors, all making a beautiful cohesive display, right? And it would look weird if one of those bottles wasn't there. Dee asks, why are we watching these people? It's as if we can see the faces of the people on the RWS folks. Yeah, they turned around for us, right? Susie says, I'm not crazy about the window frame. Feels like a bullseye or something. Okay, interesting. Emily says, oddly, it makes me think of ancestors. Spirits present in the house looking out at their family. We see through ancestral eyes at the happy family. Oh, that's a really interesting perspective, Emily. Elle says, someone inside longing for those connections, missing those connections. Perhaps they're stuck indoors or someone old and reminiscing, thinking back to their past. Oh, and then Emily too with the ancestors. Interesting. Scott asks, are we looking out at the joy that we need to bring into our life? Just watching instead of participating in life. Yeah, we have to be really careful about that, don't we? Emily says, I see that. Yes, Donna. What did Donna say? Let me scroll back up here. Oh, the shadow aspect with the envy. Okay, just putting the pieces together here. But for me, it gives me ancestor vibes. Those we love who are no longer with us are still watching over us with love and want us to move on and live our lives. You have to turn this fan off because it's making my nose stuffy. Okay. Lily says, after achieving the soul of the house, take care of the garden and the seeds. Plant the previous season. Ooh, interesting. Allow more growth to happen. Gigi, it's interesting how you see the card. Tells you a lot about where you are in relation to this situation. Is it your house family? Do you belong? Are you an onlooker and feel excluded? Amazing ASMR says, agreed, Susie, about the bullseye. The window frame also kind of separates the people outside. Yeah, it's interesting to think about what that separation means. Are we looking out lovingly? Are we looking out enviously? Do we feel separated? Do we feel connected? And that's, yeah, there's a lot of different ways we could look at that. So let's see if we can answer Jenna's question here. What energies will the new moon bring? Now, I have to admit, I've been like in the last card, in the last question, I was already thinking, you know, the new moon is often a time for manifesting the things that we desire, the things that we want to bring into our life, the things that we want to accomplish, right? So this to me says, you know, we should really be focusing on what it is. What is our vision that is going to make us feel happy and fulfilled? And let's make that a reality. Let's not keep ourselves separate from that. Let's make sure we're just not looking out the window forever, but maybe we go around, walk out the door, and join them outside. So those are some thoughts maybe that I had. Oh, and this is an interesting thing here. So Lily says the new moon will be in Cancer, the sign of emotions. Yes, Cancer is a very watery sign. So that's interesting that we have the 10 of Cups for that. Ooh. Big boom outside, 4th of July. Oh, now I hear Vaughn in the other room freaking out and running under the bed. and he is protesting the fireworks. Kay says, I feel there is some type of importance with the bottles, but still figuring it out. Alchemy importance, perhaps that pertains to their situation. It's interesting to think about how that applies. It's okay, Vaughn. There's going to be much more of that. Don't you worry. Emily says, this new moon feels like a time to focus on our family and our home and giving ourselves joy and pleasure in our own inner world. Okay, let me mute and yell at the dog to calm him down. Here he comes. I had to tell him he's okay. Come here, you're okay. Here, get in your bed with mom. It's cool. Yeah, the booming has started. Sorry. All right. Any other thoughts here on this one? You know, people with dogs in the 4th of July. We all can relate, I'm sure. Emily says the Sirius gateway also right now is a time to connect back to the spiritual world. Obviously connects beautifully to the watery, cancery energies. Yes. Ooh, and here's a warning. New moon will bring, oh, I thought it was a warning. I was like, oh, it's going to bring emotional volatility. Less emotional volatility. Definitely changes the meaning there a bit. Dee says, do we invite the people in and share a little of what's in the bottles? Yeah, let's have a party. Let's do that. All right, well, let me know if you have any other thoughts on this while I get to our next deck and our next question. Shh. Okay, we're going to go a little funky here for those who like a little bit of darkness in their 10 of Cups. Fun. Okay, I have the Rain Coast Tarot here by Christoph James. Oh my gosh, why did I just forget his name? It's Christoph. I'm sure it's James. Sorry. He's yelling at the fireworks. I'm sure you can just see me read my lips. Stop. Okay, let's get, okay, the font in this is a little bit hard for me to read. So we have candles, and then we have, okay, we have cups for this one. Oh, this is pretty tame for Christoph, I think, this 10 of Cups. All right, Gigi has said, yes, when you're inside, even when you look and see others' happiness and connection, you still have your 10 bottles, vessels on the windowsill. Are they full? What do you want to fill them with? And then Chris said, I've been feeling a lot of high emotions lately, and I know I'm not the only one. Maybe the new moon will stabilize this by bringing us closer with our loved ones. Yes, I love that. Hopefully it's not too bad. His barking is fine. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Thanks for putting up with my puppy. Okay, here is, so this is the limited edition that he released a while back that was a borderless edition of this deck. So here's our 10 of Cups. Got some cool, funky cups. So this is, I don't know what that symbol is on her shirt, but this is a pretty traditional representation, I think, of the 10 of Cups. Okay, I'm glad it's not too bothersome. He wants to play with us. He wants to be part of our 10 of Cups celebration today. I'll get him, Vaughn. Yeah. That's interesting, actually, though, because usually he just runs and hides under the beds. The fact that he's barking at them is different. So maybe he's being less scaredy cat this year. It looks like the Beetlejuice house. Oh, it totally does. Yes, I can show this card one more time up close for you. There we go. This time we have green, yellow, orange, and red. We don't have the blue or the purple in that one. It's an interesting coloration. For me, I mean, now this is his style of artwork, but for me, it has a bit of a, kind of a creepy vibe to it, which isn't usually my aesthetic. So I'm still trying to figure out what I think. It doesn't bring as much joy and happiness to me just because it's kind of angular. The coloration's a little darker. The landscape's a little barren. Oh, it's an Om symbol. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Do you know which one? Let's see here. Gigi says, this card looks very hierarchical to me, and that house looks a bit like a church. So I don't know. Oh, interesting. Do you feel like maybe this feels a bit more like this is what we're supposed to want a little bit? Maybe there's expectations that sort of are making their way into this particular version of the card. Donna says they don't look quite as joyful. Patrice says it looks like they're facing a haunted house and trying to decide who goes first or if they all go together, pushing the child forward. Go ahead, honey. You go check it out for us. Yeah, it's very stark. They look kind of barren. L, because he knows he's surrounded by a supportive 10 of Cups support system in this life. I'm assuming you're referring to Vaughn. I knew it there. You meant Patrice. Did I miss something that Susie said? Oh, an appendix rupture. Ouch. Oh, no. Simon, hello. Nice to see you. I didn't suspect that we would see you today. I hope the barbecue was a lot of fun. It definitely has Tim Burton vibes. Yes, it does. TCAT said the same thing. The house looks a bit like a haunted house. Nothing grows near it. Not so much of a dream house anymore. Maybe this is kind of a be careful what you wish for situation. Lily says if it's symbol, the Om symbol, is an ash. It represents femininity and wisdom. Oh, that's interesting. All right, shall we get to the question on this one? So this one was Ishi's question. With it being Independence Day, how can this card help us grow in our independence? Oh, I'm glad you had a nice time, Simon. Oh, Lily said the ash symbol, the link between earth and sky, its roots communicating with hell. Well, that's interesting. Gigi said maybe if they looked up to the cups that are offered, they could be saved from the barrenness of the situation. Yeah, perhaps this card is more about the opportunity. So we haven't quite got there yet, although it is the 10. But earlier we were talking about how the end isn't really the end of the journey, right? It's the start of a new one. So maybe we've reached this point. Okay, we bought our first house, but it's a fixer-upper. So we're going to start a whole new journey with our fixer-upper house. And that is going to bring us closer together as a family. I don't know. I might be reaching. Dee says, it looks like the tower and I'm waiting for the fire. Oh, no. Kristen says, goth cups. I want some goth cups. I mean, the cups do look kind of cool in this. Lady, are they being watched through a peephole? Oh, with the way the card is? I wonder if they're all like that. No, they're not all like that. Some of them are, though. Some of them have that kind of semicircle border at the bottom, but I can see how you see that. Elle says, okay, to answer the question, being yourself, holding your own sense of self within the crowd. Like attracts like. Is that what you meant to say? Light reflects, or you're saying light attracts like. But usually I hear the term like attracts like. Light reflects. You'll find your people when you're yourself. I still like that. So here too, maybe this is recognizing that we often look and think, oh, we should all want this light, fluffy version, right? But maybe this haunted house is what is going to make this particular family happy. So they are just focusing on what they want, and their dreams, although maybe different from ours, are just as valid. So being independent in thought and not feeling like you have to want what everybody else wants or what other people think you should want, right? So that's how we can really grow in our independence, is holding to our dreams and not letting ourselves be influenced by the dreams or expectations of others. All right, that's my little soapbox for today. That was fun. Let's see here. Susie said, embrace self, but find community with others. Ooh, I like that. Lily said, find the pillar that sustains your project, like this woman. Okay, that's cool. Almost a creepy vibe, that's for sure. Gigi says, so even if it's looking bleak and that family is unfortunately still trapped in patriarchy, fair enough, the connection is there. The cups are full, and that's where the chance is for beauty. And who are we to judge their choices? I mean... What's the red thing on her top? Did we discuss that? Yeah, people were saying it looked like the Ash Om symbol. Let me give you a nice little close-up look here again. I might need to focus on the cups again. So my camera has a thing for the cups. Okay, there we go. And can you see it? The vertical line with like the two horizontal lines. Susie said, well said, Gigi. And the guy has that profile showing and they are faceless. Yeah, we're focusing in on the man's face. Interesting. Okay, that was an interesting one to tackle and an interesting card to tackle. All right, let's bring up this one. We are all over today. My diversity of decks is kind of interesting, but I have the Afro Goddess Tarot here now. So let's see what this 10 of Cups looks like. This is the limited edition that has the gorgeous pink backs of Africa here. Let's get our wait, what am I looking at? Oh, the 2 of Cups. Oh, and then the 4. Is this not in order? Oh, no. Oh, it is. Oh, it's kind of semi in order. Okay. 9. There's the 10. Oh, this is cute. Although it's different than the original, but it certainly harkens to it. So here, oh, Donna was noting about this guy here, but he is almost out of the picture. Like the woman is thinking about taking her child and bolting. Independence. Donna does not like this guy. All right, here is this one. Well, clearly they are snuggly and happy. And we have 2 little girls in the back is what it looks like. At least that is the outward appearance. So this is a little different because we talked earlier about how the children could represent maybe the younger versions of these adults here. That's well, maybe it could be. If you want to get really tricky, maybe it could be, but it doesn't seem so outwardly obvious in this card. Sorry, I'm resting my elbows, so let me know if you can't see this well enough. But what do you guys think here? Oh, if she had noticed on this card that the red symbol, whoopsie, the red symbol looks like what the Hierophant holds. It does look a bit like that. It's a little bit different because I think we have the 2 horizontal lines at the top. But I see what you're saying. Are you referring to my background, Shannon? If so, thank you. That's nice of you to say. So this is cute. It says Lady D. Really beautiful one. Don, I'm assuming it wasn't this card that creeped you out, but the previous one. I'm kind of with you. I get you. Does this one bring any new or different feelings to you? We certainly see, we get to see their faces again. And the only one other than that guy in the last card that we were able to see faces in was in the Bright Future Tarot. But so here we see more of a connection, I think, between the 2 adults. The children playing in the background kind of look sort of similar to what we saw before in the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. T-Cat says, this is much more romantic than the previous card. Kristen says they all have natural afros. They have their natural hair. They accept themselves as they are, not trying to fit a different mold. That's yes. Let's see. Shannon says, this card feels much more romantic. Oh, did I say that already? I probably did. Amazing ASMR. Yeah, this one feels more intimate. Lily, unnecessary hug to enjoy. Anna says, or Anna, both eyes closed and tight hug shows a very high level of confidence. Oh, that's true. Like there's a trust in that, isn't there? Patrice says, there's more feeling of love in this card, though the children seem to be forgotten. The focus is on the romance and affection. Ooh, so are we a little bit focused on each other and ignoring the children? Are we taking this moment to appreciate each other? Sometimes as parents, it can be easy to make it all about the children. So there could be some level, but I do get what you're saying there, Patrice. Scott says the children could still be reflections. And what if the man is transgender? I know that is exactly what I was thinking, Scott, when I was like, actually, it still could be. That's exactly what I was thinking. And what if the man is transgender? Love being fulfilled can come in all forms. I think I'm still stuck in Pride Month. Every day is Pride Day, really. Simon says, I really like the close upness of the card. Yeah, really being able to connect with them, I think. She says, no corniness intended here, but I do see more of a soul connection. Yeah, there's a love that we get to see rather than maybe a camaraderie or a companionship. We see more love, which we certainly can see in this, right? But here there's a comfort and here there's a romance or an intimacy. Donna says, this card is beautiful. Looks like a warm connection, just joy in each other. No house or other material things present. Oh, good observation. I love that. Susie says, a little steamier with the colors, feeling hot. Yeah. Amazing ASMR says, sometimes enjoying the bliss is not about looking at all the cups, all the stuff, but in closing your eyes and enjoying the feeling of contentment and fulfillment. Like I can feel something physically reading that out loud. It just like, I feel like I'm in that space, even though I don't have somebody physically hugging me. I can take a moment and really, it's like when you go outside and you close your eyes and you just feel the sun on your face. Like if you just take a moment to do that, sometimes it's amazing how much inner joy and peace that can bring. Donna says, or maybe the couple each had a child from a previous relationship and the kids are developing their relationship as stepsisters. There's so many different stories we could tell ourselves about this card, which is interesting. How often do people looking from the outside in weave stories? How often do we do that about others? And how often do others do that about us? And most likely, most of the time, they're never getting it right, All right, let's see if we can answer Kristen's question. Yeah, I want to make sure I was on the right question here. What should we do to make the most of our short time on Earth? I mean, is there a better card to answer this question? We need to find the joy in all of the moments that we can. Taking that time to be grateful and appreciate what we have. Be careful that we're not always chasing a dream or we're always chasing what's next, right? Being able to enjoy the present moment is a huge, what's the word I want to follow up? It's just like so important to ensuring that we are able to make the most of our time here. If we're always thinking about, well, I'll do that when I have enough money, when I'm skinny enough, when I've accomplished this much at work, we forget to actually enjoy the life that we're given and that we're living. All right, lots of thoughts on that, but let's see what you guys all think. Gigi says, love each other. Heck yeah. Kristen, choose love always. Yes. Simon's mom is worn out, but hopefully she had a ton of cups kind of day. Feels like maybe that happened. Scott says the power of now. Yes. Kim says self-love and appreciate the joy in the little things. Definitely, right? Don't always feel like you have to look outside of yourself for that joy and that contentment. Donna says nurture loving relationships in our lives. Lily, watch the glass half full. I hope it's the good citation in English. Yeah, so looking at the glass as being half full, not half empty, right? Some people just like to look at the glass and they're like, okay, it's half something, right? But looking at it as half full, I like that. She says, perhaps in this one, we also see more trust. The eye is closed. The kids are self-sufficient and able to trust the parents are there if needed. The adults can take a moment in the trust and peace they hold for all. Yes, that's beautiful, right? This was such a perfect question for this card, or this card was a perfect card for the question. Susie says, live in the present because it is a gift. Absolutely. There's no guarantee of tomorrow. Ever. So to plan for tomorrow, I mean, yes, we want to make plans. We want to have dreams. We want to have visions, but we want to make sure we're enjoying each step of the journey as much as we can, or experiencing and appreciating and being grateful for each step in the journey. Dee says, I feel this group of people would welcome others because they are content with each other. Yeah, very approachable and inclusive. I love that. Patrice said, Kristen's question, lean into the shared moment with deep appreciation for what we have. They are fully in the moment. Yes, be present. Kristen, appreciate the rainbows, even if they are fleeting. Okay, are you guys like me? Like every time I see a rainbow, I become 5 years old again. I'm like, a rainbow! Like those moments, not missing them. Agreed, Shannon. This is why we love Playdate, isn't it? Aw, I am glad. We are here for you. We are 10 of Cupsing supporting you. All right, I have one more card before we talk about, we talked a little bit about shadows and reversals, but maybe we can recap that in a little bit. Okay, I'm sorry for this deck. This one is out of print, but I didn't want to exclude it from the random draw. This is the Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh Tarot. All right, let's get that all. It's such a big box. But that's because the guidebook is freaking humongous. All right, here. The cups start right on this side. And let's get to our, okay, my eyes. Okay, this is interesting because the 10 looks a lot like what an ace would look like. So I had to make sure I didn't put it in order wrong. All right, but what do you guys think about this? A very different, these are the backs, by the way, if you haven't seen it, but I don't know who hasn't seen it these days. Lily had said, rainbow is a phenomenon of rain and water and light of sun, emotions with pleasure. Yes, and T-Cat said, we should give love a chance. Often we create expectations, demands, and timelines for love, and we should just let it flourish naturally. Good point. Lady D says, I'm definitely like a little kid. I'm assuming when you see a rainbow. I live in Arizona and we don't get much rain. Although it's always cracks me up when you guys get rain in Arizona and it's like dry and hot and sunny here because I work with a bunch of folks in Arizona. But here is our 10 of Cups from the Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh Tarot, which is kind of an interesting way to look at this card. So we don't see the family, but what we see is this ginormous cup, right? So I see this as this huge, really full cup with this light emanating from it. So what do you think about this when you see it? Does it still bring the same kind of feeling? Maybe for me, what I think I like about this is, again, it's kind of bringing it back to my cup is full. It's beautiful. I'm able to find enjoyment, but there isn't a picture of what that should look like. I feel like I can place my own vision when I see a card like this on what is going to make my cup feel full and bright and glowing. Does that make sense? Did I say feel full and bright and glowing? Oh, I like this. The Grail of Emotions. Yeah, it's like finding the Holy Grail a bit, isn't it? Ishi had said in response to T-Cat, yep, sometimes we fall for the idea of the fairy tale ending and strive to mold others. Just let them be and find more to enjoy about the differences. So in regard to this card, Lily says, a field of lavender, a place where the heart is soothed. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I feel so peaceful looking at a card like this. And this doesn't feel like it comes with any expectations or pressure. And not that I necessarily felt that in those other cards, but there are moments where I feel like we could. And this takes that a bit away for me. And she says, my cup is full of rosy cider. My cup yesterday, I got to see a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time. So I had a very 10 of Cups yesterday, our 10 of Cups day yesterday. And we had mimosas in glasses that looked a lot like this with gorgeous champagne and orange juice and time with my dear friend who I hadn't seen in nearly 2 years. So that was amazing. Donna says, looking at the size of the plant life, I don't think the cup is huge. We just focused in on it more. Well, it fills the frame. See, it doesn't have to be literally huge in order to fill my heart and make me feel a lot of joy, right? Susie, what Jen said. I hope I said something that made sense. Thank you. TCAT was responding back to Ishi again, and how people expect that only romantic love is worth the hype. There are all kinds of love, right? And we don't have to, again, place expectations on ourselves on what that should look like or what form it should take or how it fulfills us. Elle says, the very best things in life to happen to you would have never happened if you didn't take a sip. Ah, drink from this fruitful cup. Oh, wait, that sounds weird. Okay. All right, let's see if we can answer. Oh, speaking of Elle's question here, how can we best utilize our skills and resources to overcome obstacles this week? How would you guys answer this question? In the meantime, let me see what you guys were commenting here. Donna said, right, that was my point too, Jen. Focusing on the joy we have makes it huge in our lives. Yes, I actually really love that perspective on this. Like, it's not literally huge. It doesn't have to be in our face, but if we focus in on the things that matter, that is what can fill us up. So that was great. Kristen says, made me think of pagan ritual, coming together in community to share company with each other and the gods. Ishi, you were correcting something, but I don't remember what you're correcting. Celebration on the sunset. Love that. Chris says, Rachel Pollack says, the 10 show us being filled with the quality of the suit. So I love that the suit literally fills this card. Yes. Lily says, invite someone to drink. Yeah, let's have some mimosas, folks. Gigi says, I love that. Where is the Holy Grail? It's inside everyone. It is our receptiveness with which we can receive the divine gifts. Yeah, Susie's loving that. So how can we best utilize our skills and resources to overcome obstacles this week? Perhaps we don't focus on the obstacles and our skills and resources. When we think about what we can use, when we think about what makes us feel a certain kind of way, that's what we can then use to propel ourselves forward. If we do things and come from the heart, our impact is going to be that much greater. So rather than focus on the practicalities or the shoulds or again, bring it back to sort of the expectations, if we come at it from a place of passion and purpose that we want to share with the world, then our skills and those are not naturally going to come forward. The things that you naturally bring into the world are just going to rise to the top, flow out of your cup, be shared with the world. Am I making any kind of sense right now? Any sense? Let's see what you guys think. Oh, Antoinette, hello. Toast to what you have and all that is good. Yes. What do you think, Elle? Since this was your question, anybody else have some insight for them? Ishi says, I was replying to TCAT in that we have been able to accept it's not our job to make the other happy, but that we can certainly want to support their desire to be happy. Ooh, yes, I love that. And Susie says, yes, raise our consciousness. Yeah, and our awareness. And drink from the cup of happiness. You know, did I lose you, Elle? Are you thinking? Are you typing up something really deep and profound? Because that's a lot of times when we lose Elle is when they're typing up something really deep and profound. I'm going to take a sip of water, see if you have, oh, no, Elle's just stuck. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to set expectations on you. That's okay. You can see, although it looks like the Ace of Cups, this is actually the 10 of Cups. All right. Well, feel free to give Elle any other advice. Oh, hey, Corbin. Hi to your family. Yes, it's a holiday. I knew we were going to have a small group today, but it has been like the chat and the contributions have not slowed down one bit. So thank you all to everyone who is here and contributing. All right, so let's take a moment to talk about, we've done a little bit of this, but when we see the 10 of Cups in a reversed position, if you read with reversals, or in a shadowy position or blocked, I mean, obviously you can read what I put on the screen. Well, most of you probably can, but what does that mean to you when you see this upside down? Oh, and then let's see, Kristen was answering the question, I think. You need to pour your cup into your cup in order to be quenched. Don't sit on your hands. Oh, I like that. And fill your cup right before you try to be filling others. We all know what that says. What does the book say about this one? Oh, the book is so, it is so big. If somebody will remind me, I'll try and maybe put a blurb in the Facebook group about that one. Oh, Elle's starting to get unstuck. Okay, that's good. Lily had said in answer, so kind of bringing it back to where did I lost it? I lost my 10 of cups here. Find a way to calm down the situation. Jenna's coloring in her coloring book. Antoinette had said, take time to empty your stress bucket and fill your cup before it runneth over for the wrong reasons. Oh, that is very good advice. And Gigi asked, is our heart really in it? If not, it's probably not going to manifest. Check your old heart chakra. Did I say that with the right kind of accent? All right. So Lily, bringing in some reversed meanings here, like dissatisfaction with the situation. So maybe you're not able to find the joy and find the gratitude, or there's something that's just keeping you from really reaching that place of emotional fulfillment. Let's see, other thoughts on reversals. I think earlier we talked about potentially feeling disconnected from what we're trying to manifest, or what we think the dream is, or what we think is going to make us happy. We saw that, I think, really when we saw images like this, right? We're kind of disconnected from that family a bit. Any other thoughts on the reversals or shadow elements here? I'm looking to see if I'm getting inspired by any of these other cards. Oh, I like this one, Al. Editing yourself out, making your dream unreachable. Yeah, setting those unrealistic expectations that we were talking about earlier. If it doesn't look a certain way, I must not have achieved it, rather than stopping to feel that sunlight on our face right now. Gigi, oh, I like this one too. Going through the motions of something that should make you happy, but doesn't. Lily also says, difficulties appreciating what this life offers. Yeah, just not being able to find that place of gratitude. Ooh, good stuff, you guys. Feel free to keep it coming. And while you are, we're actually a few minutes earlier today, but it is a holiday, so I feel like it could set you free a little bit earlier. I am going to look up our 10 of Cups activity. Does this close out our cup suit? I think it does. It was the last one. Oh, this is kind of a long activity here. Oh, you guys have a few more thoughts here. Wait, I lost my StreamYard. Come back. Issue says, I like that. Wait, I don't know how to pronounce that. Tatnikon, he says that we can use cake in the fridge as a phrase to take that break we need in times of tenseness. The big cup is similar. So coming back to this one and kind of an answer to that, take that moment for a breath of peace. And then reversals perhaps here, not wanting to take the next step out of fear of endings. Oh, that's so true. Like, how hard do we all try to cling on to the happiness moments? And we hold on so tightly out of fear of losing it that sometimes we even manifest and cause sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy situation to happen, right? Where we lose things, or we feel like things are slipping through our fingers. And we have to recognize that life is going to take us through those ups and downs. We don't stay in the lows forever. We don't get to stay in the highs forever. That's just part of the flow, right? And so rather than trying to hold so tightly, let's just enjoy it while we've got it and recognize that maybe this time will pass, but we'll always have it to look back on. T-Cat said, whenever I see this card upside down, it usually gives me an idea of not living authentically in a way that would make you happy. Denying an important part of yourself. Yes, living other people's expectations. Ooh, oh, and Donna says this could mean fear of commitment. Interesting. All right, I'll tell you what the 3 remaining cards are after I give you the activity for the week here, and then we can see what we think we'll get over the next couple of weeks. So, I will read this kind of quickly because it's a bit long, but I will post it in the description box below this video, and I will put it in the Playdate Facebook group, and I've also been putting them on Instagram when I post the cards, but usually I do that towards the end of the weeks to kind of avoid spoilers for anybody who likes to watch the replay. This one is called Community. It's often easy to find joy when surrounded by a community of people with whom you emotionally connect. Do you know who those people are? Good. Grab your deck and find a way to go to them. If you can be with them in person, great. If you can connect with them online, that works too. Spend some quality time with whomever you deem to be part of your community. Use your deck to reflect on your community, interactions, and relationships. Go through your tarot deck and select a card that represents the individual, or better, individuals, in your community with whom you interacted in a meaningful way. Lay out those cards and see if you can notice similarities or differences. Oh, see if any, sorry, I have typos. See if any noticeable similarities or differences jump out at you. What emotions are you feeling as you look at these cards and reflect on the event? So it's about kind of really bringing those people to the forefront and seeing them in your cards and finding a way to appreciate them. And I have another typo in there, but I'll fix that later. So that's kind of the idea behind that particular exercise. Okay, so the last three cards that we have, my friends. Oh, Ishi had said, in holding on too tightly to things and people, they tend to have a rebellious streak and it becomes quite the opposite of what you desired. So talking about the reversal. And then, oh, Lily will be at a cousin's marriage next week. Oh, I like that. Meeting with your peeps in a bit, Kristen. They are your spirit council from the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. It's the same kind of idea, right? Oh, I had this thing blocked. Tarot activity time. All right, our last three cards. We have the Moon, the Page of Swords, and the Empress. So we have two majors and a court card. So no more minors left in the deck. 3 cards left to go. I really hope you guys will come back and hang out with me for the last 3 tarot play dates. It has been quite a journey, and many of you have been with me all along the way, and I cannot tell you how much I love and appreciate it, and love and appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful week. Find the joy, find the gratitude, manifest your desires this week with the new moon coming up, and I will see you next Sunday for tarot play date number 76. Can you believe it? 76 weeks. 75 weeks now under our belt. All right, my friends. Mwah. All right, sending lots of love, and I will see you later.